Hi everyone, good morning. This is Rahul. I will be taking the weekly analysis this week. Apologies for starting off late. We should have actually been up yesterday, but we got held up with something. So this is Tuesday morning. We're doing the analysis now for this week. It's 10:30 a.m. and we'll start with Nifty. Now, if you take a look at the Nifty chart, as we all know, it is already in an uptrend, making all-time highs. So let us look at the next targets. Immediate resistance is at 15,974, or you can take it as a psychological level of 16,000. So this is the price that we are going to be looking at. But entering at the current price on Nifty does not make sense. So it would be ideal to wait for a correction, minor correction, not a major one, before we enter. Alternately, if the market breaks 15,664 on the hourly chart with a body dominating bullish candlestick, then we can go in for the trade. So either we look for a pullback, which could be at about 15,400 range. Either we look for a pullback at this level and then enter, or the other scenario is if the market goes and breaks this high with a body dominating candlestick on the hourly chart, we can again take an entry. For the day, this is definitely a bullish day, so chances of retracement are less today. It may be sideways, or it might break the pivot and go back down to test the previous support. But I'm bullish on Nifty and I'm waiting for a pullback to actually take a position. Here again on BankNifty, as you can see, there's also an alert here. I'm not sure if this will get triggered soon, but similar scenario, we are looking for a correction and then an upward move. I don't see much momentum in the candles here. So although the trend is bullish, but it's not a good price to enter. In terms of the stocks are doing very well. Bajaj Fiserv, we had this signal a couple of days back when this breakout was happening. Now we can expect slight pullback again. So this is on the watch list, and we can enter this after a bullish confirmation. So this is a shortlisted stock for this week. The first one, Bajaj Fiserv, but entry would be after a correction. So something like this level, and then the uptrend. So I'm waiting for a good price to enter Bajaj Fiserv. HDFC Bank again is testing this immediate minor resistance, and now you can see it's getting retraced a little bit. On the hourly chart, we have some rejections here. So my view is that as Nifty does the correction, we should be getting the correction in most of these stocks, and that's when we can enter. Okay. Otherwise, if you see the market resuming the uptrend, breaking the high of 1527, we can still go ahead and take our position here. But it's all about the right entry price. So best to wait for a pullback until the previous support level of about at least 1500, 1490 to 1500. Kotak Bank is bouncing off from the 200 exponential moving average, which is a very good sign. So it has a lot of potential. However, this is still in between this range. So the range needs to break. If we have a breakout of this anytime soon, so it's been tested multiple number of times, but not yet broken. Earlier, there was a breach here and price came back down. Again, here was a breach, price came back down. The third time here, the fourth time here, right? So this is a very crucial level. Once we have a breakout of this on at least on the daily chart, we can look at the market shooting up to 2000 levels. So this is again on the watch list for this week. Let's see if we get a breakout this week on Kotak Bank. Mahindra & Mahindra is doing a pullback. Again, it's a Good stock shortlisted for the week because it is, you can see that we had consolidation earlier, then we had the breakout, we had the correction, then the market shot up. Now again, it is a breakout and a pullback. Now it has retested the 200 moving average. So we are same way, we are looking for a breakout of this resistance. Okay, so Mahindra and Mahindra, again, we are going to enter after the breakout, not yet. It hasn't given a confirmation. It could be that, or it can come to the previous support and then give us a nice reversal, maybe something like this or a bullish engulfing. That would be a good entry point again. So let's see. Maruti, on the other hand, has actually confirmed its uptrend. It made a double bottom below the 200 moving average and came back up, crossed the previous minor resistance yesterday with a body dominating candlestick. So this is something which can be taken today itself with a stop loss at 6912. The first target at 7381, the next target at 7808, and after that 8300. Overall trend you can see is extremely bullish. Price is starting to make its move. Hero MotoCorp is breaking the 200 moving average, but candlesticks are not yet supporting the uptrend. So we can see we don't have any body dominating bullish candlestick in this area yet, although it is playing above the 200 moving average. So you can also see the lows are getting higher. The uptrend seems to have started, but we have to cross this resistance before we can invest into this. So waiting for a confirmation before we can enter this Hero MotoCorp for this week. IT sector has been bullish, but currently you can see we are expecting a pullback to the support level on Infi. Once the support, once the pullback is done and we get a confirmation, we can go for the trade, but it's still going to be good to be tracked, as this can happen anytime because the breakout has already happened. This is a minor pullback. So this is ready to be traded on. Asian Paints is an all-time high. It's doing well. Now here we cannot enter at this level because you can see it's already in a impulsive move. So we are waiting for a correction, which may or may not happen. So if you are looking at this, if it does fall, we can enter, else we miss the bus. We got the confirmation with this candlestick here at 2767. So if we see a pullback, even a minor pullback till 2854 range, that would be a good price to enter. Cipla was looking bullish with a higher low, two higher lows, but right now we have resistance here. Okay, so I've shortlisted this because the trend, you can see the trend is extremely strong. The last dip was on 19th of March. Now, once this resistance is broken, we can go for a buy here. Either that or it might become sideways as well. If that happens, then we'll be seeing 870. So we'll have to see which side the breakout happens, or if the correction happens, we'll have to wait for the confirmation. L&T is looking really good. There was a nice breakout of you can see this trend line. We had a good breakout. Two big candlesticks, then price did a pullback. And then finally here, we got the zigzag entry. Now the market is on its way up. Today's candlestick, if it does close at 1492 level, that would be a good confirmation to go for a long. In fact, for the current price, if you have an hourly confirmation, we can still enter the trade. Okay, if we have an hourly candlestick closing above 1493 with a body dominating candle, then we can go for a trade immediately. So overall, the trend is bullish. Some of you are already holding this, so just keep on holding on to it. Your new stop loss would be 1455 after this high is of 1500 is broken. Until then, we are at a stop loss of 1402. Grasim, you can see there is an ascending triangle. You know, the lows are getting higher and the high is about to be broken. right? So just a breakout and we can either take it, or if it falls again, we can buy at around 1380 levels. Both are fine, but trend wise, extremely strong yet. But even then, you have to remember that you're waiting for the breakout before you really do something in this. Yesterday it tried to go up, but we got an indecision. So that means we can expect an entry a little lower here. Divis Lab doesn't look very strong, although the trend is up. So we've included this on the analysis because a couple of guys are holding this and they wanted to know what to do. So if you're holding on to it, you can continue holding this. Your stop loss is 3944. If you're looking for a re-entry, this is not the time. We have to wait for a correction before we take a re-entry, because chances are that this could be sideways. Pharma sector shows it could be a bit sideways right now, at least for this week. HDFC Life is good. We are just looking for a breakout here because price is consolidating on the 200 moving average, which is a very good sign. Once a breakout happens, we can be expecting the previous highs very soon. So this is on the radar because we are looking for the breakout here. Once Nifty starts to shoot up, we can expect this to also do a similar uptrend. SBI Life, on the other hand, you can see here, we are at a good support. I'm looking for a candlestick closing above 986 with a body dominating structure, so I can go long here. Again, Tata Consumer is looking good, strong uptrend. Right now, it is making a swing low and a higher low. It is just trying to do the breakout, not yet happened. One body dominating bullish candlestick would be the trigger point with a tight stop loss at 636. Now let us take a look at some of the major currency pairs, gold and oil. Let's start with the US dollar. Dollar index. On the weekly chart, the support is getting tested. But if you zoom in a bit and check, we have indecision formed here at the support. And let's go to a daily chart. The US dollar is at a support. Last week we saw indecision. On the daily chart, there have been rejections, but I'm expecting the dollar to actually do further correction to these levels. So I'm bullish for dollar for this week because we had a support and we have indecision. However, it's not a very strong confirmation. So in case the market actually goes down and breaks this low on the daily chart, let's say we have a body dominating bearish candlestick forming here, then the uptrend would, the downtrend would resume, right? So it's a kind of a confusing scenario. You really don't know the exact direction, just like the previous week. So we are at a support. It can go either side. Best would be to look at the 4-hourly chart and the hourly chart for understanding the trend for the day, because it is possible it can do a pullback till 90 and then resume the downtrend. It is possible it can just go down from here itself, or it is also possible it can break 90 and go back up. So dollar is at a support. It's a deciding point. So you have to focus more on the cross currency pairs this week if you're trading on this market. The major currency pairs don't look, not giving a much clear signal. XAU USD gold, here, the momentum is kind of slowing down. We are seeing spikes happening on both sides of the market, which means I would expect a pullback to about 1880 levels before the trend resumes. There could also be a pullback to a further lower level because, you can see this wave hasn't really been corrected. So again, like I said, just like the US dollar, gold also we have to trade on the 4-hourly chart. So best to do short-term trading on this. You can already see price going sideways here on the lower time frames, which is showing that this uptrend is now going to get into a sideways trend. So for this week, at least for the first half of the week, for till about Thursday, I would still expect the market to be sideways. So the strategy would be to trade, go short on the resistance with obviously confirmation on the lower time frame, and you can go long once it reaches the support as well. So both sides is what you can trade on the XAU USD spot market. Let us see oil. Oil is actually showing a very good trend. It is breaking the previous resistance, which has been there for the last 4-5 weeks, and now it will be testing the next resistance, which is at 68. Trend-wise, oil looks strong. So since oil would be strong, you can expect Canadian dollar to be strong. So let's take a look at the Canadian cross-currency pairs. If Canadian dollar is strong, New Zealand CAD would be bearish because of the CAD. We had a rejection last week as well. So I look for a short opportunity here when I get a confirmation on the hourly chart. Okay, if the market breaks this strong support of 200 moving average on the hourly chart, that would be a good signal to go short on NZD CAD. Okay, this is the level. CAD JPY on the other hand would be bullish because we are expecting CAD to be bullish. And you can see there is this strong impulsive move. Then the market did a pullback and now it's testing this resistance. So as this is broken, we can go for a long here. Let us now check Euro USD. Again, you can see Euro USD is sideways here. So here, if you're trading Euro USD, you would have to trade between support and resistance the way you trade a sideways market. So you can use your oscillators, stochastic, CCI, RSI, and then decide the entry exit levels. So buying at the support, this is the nearby support, shorting at the resistance. Current price is a good price to short. We have a 15-minute confirmation coming up. In fact, this candlestick itself. USD JPY, as you can see on the daily chart, is sideways. So for short-term traders, you can short it until the support at 108. Like I said, for this week, you have to focus more on the cross-currency pairs. So GBP New Zealand looks bullish. It's bouncing up from the 200 moving average. Even on the weekly chart, it's at a good support. And on the 4-hourly chart, once this is broken, we would also get a zigzag confirmation for the market to reach the next level. So I have my eyes on GBP New Zealand. GBP CAD, again, because of CAD being bullish, Canadian dollar being bullish, I'm expecting all Canadian pairs to move in the same direction. So we have a breakout pullback setup here. Price did a breakout on the downside, then a correction, and now it is retesting this resistance multiple number of times. So as I get a confirmation on the lower time frame, I would like to go short on GBP CAD. It obviously looks very sideways here, but this range has to break. You can see this consolidation. So this has to break for us to go short. GBP USD, let's check that as well. Here, the trend is still strong, but it has reached a previous resistance. So depending on how the candle forms today, you can take a look. It could make a top here, a double top, and price could come back down, depending on how dollar is reacting. Or it can break this and go up further. So we'll have to see how the price reacts at this level today, and then take a call tomorrow. All right, that is it from my side. If you have any other markets that you want us to analyze, please share it on the comments. And I will see you guys next weekend. Thank you, everyone.